Sha'carri. So welcome back to the YouTube channel, and in case this happens to be your first time, make sure to like and subscribe. Now we all know Sha'carri defeated Julien Alfred at the Diamond League Zurich, and she has finally reacted, and in this video you get to know how Sha'carri reacted beating Julien Alfred. And when she defeated Julien Alfred, honestly I was super happy for the fact that I feel like she deserved to win the race after what happened to her at the Paris Olympic 2024. The fact that Julien Alfred defeated Sha'carri at the Paris Olympic, and a lot of people started calling Sha'carri and be like, oh, she doesn't even have what it takes. The Jamaicans are not around and she could not win the 100-meter gold medal at the Paris Olympic. So a lot of people were calling how Sha'carri name, blabbling her, saying this, saying that, and I know it must have bothered Sha'carri herself. I know she is still pissed off by what happened at the Paris Olympic, and nobody is to be blamed but she herself. Sha'carri has to be the one to be blamed for not getting the gold medal at the Paris Olympic. Now let me explain the reason why I said so. Because when I watched the race at the Paris Olympic, one mistake that Sha'carri made was she was not full of confidence during the race. If Sha'carri could have be so full of herself, just like Noah Lyles, she would have won the race. But she was so humbled, she was so cold. Anyway, it is what it is. What has happened has happened. But I don't really blame her, because the world we live in is so wicked. You are acting humble, people are saying you are acting too humble, and when you are proud, people say you're too proud. It is what it is. Now let's go straight to the main title of this video, which is Sha'carri Richardson reacting to defeating Julien Alfred, and this is what she has to say. And so Sha'carri Richardson went on her Instagram account and she posted, and she said she posted the Diamond League trophy, and she said, twins in the house. Now let me repeat myself. Sha'carri posted the prize she won at the Zurich Diamond League. Normally there is a little cup from each Diamond League given to the winner of each Diamond League races. So Sha'carri brought her own gift to the house, and she said, twins in the house. And I feel like she is referring to the fact that last year she is the winner of this same competition, which is the Zurich Diamond League, right? So it's actually amazing. So a big shout out to Sha'carri. Now let's talk about the fact that, like I said earlier on, Sha'carri did this to herself. And what I mean by she did it to herself was, she was supposed to be the absolute winner at the Paris Olympic. I know you guys have a lot of questions like, why am I saying this? Well, the main reason is because the Jamaicans were not there. Come on, we all know that in any races, if the Jamaican big three are present, it's over, right? We all know that if the Jamaican big three would have been at the Paris Olympic, the race would have been much more hotter. And what was even the time that Julien Alfred ran? Julien Alfred ran a time of 10.70 seconds. Trust me, if the Jamaican ladies were available, then at the Paris Olympic, it would have been maybe 10.50 seconds, 10.60 seconds. So that is why a lot of people believe Sha'carri did it to herself. The fact that she ran the fastest time in this year, 10.71 seconds, and went to the Paris Olympic and end up coming second position, is actually a big disgrace and a big shame, a big embarrassment to herself and USA entirely. And if you watch the race at the Paris Olympic, one thing you should take note of is the fact that Sha'carri was very nervous during the final round. Sha'carri was totally nervous. She was not really herself. The Sha'carri I saw during that moment, I knew something was wrong. When I saw her lining up and she was having cold feet, cold body, her reaction before the starting of the race, she was looking so kind of dull, kind of dizzy. Like it's just something else, right? It's just something else. And right at that time, I knew that she was not ready for the race. And I was like, I was like, I didn't just say it, but I knew something was wrong. And to my biggest expectation, my vision, my prophecy came to pass. Julien Alfred ended up winning the race. Now the big question is, I know a lot of you will be asking this question: why am I blaming Sha'carri? Why am I blaming Sha'carri? Well, to be honest, she did her best because it's not easy. And let us not also forget that she was not allowed to enter the warm-up area as earlier as possible. So for that reason, maybe I can agree that that has contributed to Sha'carri not being able to defeat Julien Alfred very well at the Paris Olympic. But I'm so happy that at the Zurich Diamond League she finally got her revenge back. But a lot of Jamaicans reacted, and they said it doesn't matter whether she defeat Julien Alfred in Continental Tour or Diamond League, that it doesn't matter, that where it matters the most is the Paris Olympic, and Julien Alfred execute where it matters. They said Sha'carri win at the Zurich Diamond League does not really matter, but rather the one at the Paris Olympic is what matters, that she should have won when it matters the most. But she failed, right? It is what it is. I hope she's going to learn from her lesson, and I also believe that she needs to work on her starting the way she's starting her race. Honestly, even yesterday when I watched the Diamond League race, I was totally disappointed. I was like, what? Her starting point was so poor. I think the coach and Sha'carri herself need to kind of work on her starting, because I believe if she works on her starting point, she is going to be unstoppable, undefeatable, and impossible to take down. Now, the race that took place at the Zurich Diamond League, Sha'carri came first position, defeating Julien Alfred ahead with just 4 seconds. So Sha'carri ran a time of 10.84 seconds, while Julien Alfred ran a time of 10.88 seconds, while Tia Clinton came 6th position in a time of 11 seconds. It is what it is, right? Anyway, let me hear your opinion, and do not forget to like and also subscribe to my YouTube channel.